Good news, you've been pre-approved. That's awesome, and this video here is just to give you a bit more of an explanation about your loan offer and what the next steps are from here. So the good news is you can have a loan offer sitting in front of you, it's going to have a number on it, and that number there is how much your loan is approved for. So your deposit goes on top of that, and that's your maximum purchase price from there. We'll obviously explain the ins and outs about how much deposit, etc. But important to know that that's your loan amount that's been approved. There'll also likely be an interest rate next to it. Some banks don't put them, but most do. Now, you can more or less ignore that interest rate. That is the indicative rate from the bank. It's often a floating rate, and we'll be looking to put you onto a fixed rate as part of the plan, which will be a lot cheaper. So have a chat to us if we haven't already talked to you about what that fixed rate might be, and then what your repayments will be from there. We'll give you a link to the repayment calculator, or there's one on our website. Just click the calculator tab, and you can calculate what your repayments will be based on your current loan amount, or if that dropped, you can just have infinite options there in terms of what it could be. Now, as a part of your loan offer, there are going to be some conditions. Depending on how much deposit you've got, what type of property are you buying, there'll be varying conditions. They might want some extra bank statements from you because they need to capture 3 months of any account that you're using regularly, including credit cards, so there might be some of those on there. Things like hire purchases and personal loans often want statements for those as well. There might be a condition there for a registered valuation. That's quite common, especially if you're borrowing over 80% LVR. Now, we'll order that valuation for you because the bank will want to use someone from their panel. So we order it, it goes through, sends you a link, you make the payment, the valuer goes and does the valuation and sends it back. So that's that condition, that'll get ticked off. It's only relevant once you've agreed to purchase a property. And there's another condition, sale and purchase agreement will always be on there. Now, that is basically to say that the bank want a copy to see that you've agreed a price to buy a property and the details on it. That agreement has everything in there, and we supply that to the bank once you've signed it. So that's no worries at all to do that part. They might want some extra income evidence. Sometime payslips are enough. Otherwise, they might want an IRD assessment or something like that to confirm bonus income and those kind of things. So don't stress about that. That'll be a condition there that we can meet as we go through. And then KiwiSaver is a big one. Some banks will list that there as a condition until you've got approval for your withdrawal amount. Whereas other banks are happy just to accept that you've got the funds in your account. We can help you with the forms that you need to withdraw your KiwiSaver, so don't stress too much about that. But the key thing is, overall, is that this pre-approval lets you know how much you can afford to borrow. It has some conditions, but don't worry about them. We'll help you work through them as we go. If there is anything on there that you can get together now, that's awesome, because the more we can tick those off, the closer we are to working through that step of being unconditional. And at that stage, we then do the negotiating part with the bank in terms of getting the very best deal. So that's where we negotiate the interest rates, we negotiate the cash back, and basically do our hard work there around getting you the best deal, and then we discuss the best structure with you, just to make sure that absolutely you've got sorted for what you're doing going forward. So an awesome place to be in, pre-approved. Still a bit of stuff to work through, but we're here to help. We take those conditions off and we negotiate that final for you. So look, sing out. I'm looking forward to working with you some more. Cheers.